YNW Melly was seen yelling inside of the courtroom at his newest charges, as not only is Melly now facing the charges of YNW sack chaser and Juvie's passing, but now there is another list of new charges, as fans also noticed that Melly looked a little rough inside a courtroom this week. However, he was still smiling. Melly's manager would also share, just in a matter of slime, on YNW Melly's socials. However, the new charges are the real deal. YNW Melly was just hit with these.
The state filing 6 new charges against Demmons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction. YNW Melly, his real name is Jamel Demmons, he's actually in plain clothes in the courtroom for the first time in months, again, as this judge really starts the long process of seating a new juror.
As not only is YNW Melly facing these, but so is YNW Bortlen, as it is all connected to Bortlen's massive mistake. It would be announced that YNW Bortlen was arrested for witness tampering, as while his house was raided by the feds, they found insane paperwork that was stuffed into a suitcase against Bortlen and Melly.
Melly's co-defendant YNW Bortlen was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law and Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, aka Bortlen, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Demmons, aka YNW Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Bortlen allegedly tampered with the witness.
As it would then be announced by Bryson Paul, here are the images of alleged notes discovered during the home raid of YNW Bortlen's home last week, as filed into the Broward clerks by the state. Alongside these photos here, as during the original YNW Melly trial, YNW Bortlen showed up for one day to get his court date all figured out with the judge. Well, while Bortlen was there, he took a mental image of where all of the jurors were sitting, as well as a description of what they looked like. Then once he left the courtroom, he immediately drew it all out on a piece of paper. It may not sound illegal, but to understand how serious this actually is, here's DJ Academics' reaction.
To keep it real, this is sloppy. Bortlen, how the f you gonna have the notebook of the jurors in your house? Like, god damn, holy sh**. You know what I mean? Like, brother, like, come the f on. It's like doing a and having the surveillance tape in your DVD player or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like they raid your crib and the surveillance footage of the is in your DVD player. They be like, oh, okay, thank you, brother. This can't be at your crib.
With the new evidence being entered into the case, they aligned it with the very hard evidence that's already going against YNW Melly, as while at the court hearing, the new lead prosecutor would lay out how he is going to attack the court case. He's going to make it very simple to make Melly look guilty in front of the jury, unlike the last prosecutor in the original trial, who made everything so confusing that it literally ended in a mistrial. I was able to find inside of the court files everything the new lead prosecutor is going to use against Melly. You tell me if he sounds guilty after hearing it. The new lead prosecutor starts out with new evidence from a man named Jay Hood. He's a close friend of late King Von. He ended up sharing a secret that YNW Melly told King Von in confidence, as King Von may have shared a little too much information with a few people at O Block.
Did Von really tell you that Melly told him that he was 2 friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Von was mad at me. Bro, why you put up there, bro? Walk the bam. I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his 2 friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around them?
As he ended up revealing that YNW sack chaser and Juvie were allegedly going after Melly for financial gain. When somebody heard that Melly told King Von about this, thousands of theories started going around the internet of possibly King Von telling YNW Melly what to do. If you know anything about King Von and his resume, there could be a chance that King Von told Melly to handle it the way that he allegedly did. The next piece of evidence comes from YNW Melly's cell phone, where there is text messages of Melly literally admitting to doing the crime.
The PC Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, "I did that," and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02, the YNW Melly account says what?
After that, SHHHH.
As the next pieces of evidence makes YNW Melly look the most guilty. Evidence shared by Sergeant Williams would reveal that there is no way that this could have been a drive-by, as after doing examination of the Jeep they were driving in, the firearm had to have been used from the outside of the car based on how the holes were in the vehicle.
Number, you said 17 outside the car. How many rounds were inside of the car?
3.
And can you exclude the for Mr. Williams and Mr. Thomas as coming from outside of the car?
Yes, that has some movement in it, which is round site L here. The actually moving in that to create the little bit of a that you see there.
With Williams revealing the crime must have happened inside of the vehicle during the YNW Melly trial, we then saw YNW Juvie's mother go to the stand and share who was sitting there. Exactly what is going to happen again during the retrial. We'll have Sergeant Williams go to the stand, and then YNW Juvie's mom basically go and say this exact same thing.
Can you state your name, your full legal name for the jury?
Leon Phillips.
Okay. And are you related to one of the kids in this case?
Yes, I am.
How so?
I'm his mother.
And who is that?
Christopher Thomas.
Positive 2/19/15. Ms. Phillips, did you see who entered into the occupants who entered into that gray Jeep?
Mm-hmm.
And is that a yes?
Yes.
Do you recognize where your son entered that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Which seat, if you can identify for the jury?
He got in the back seat on the right hand side.
Did you recognize the individual that got into the back seat on the left side, the rear driver's side?
Yes.
And who was that individual?
Jamel.
And Jamel, is that the defendant, Jamel Demons?
Yes, ma'am.
However, the YNW Melly retrial is going to be a lot different, as this is due to Melly's current situation inside of jail. It's so bad that Melly's mother is extremely nervous for her son. It would be first announced YNW Melly has been transferred from Broward County Jail to Paul Rain Detention Facility in Florida as he awaits his retrial to resume. However, it gets a lot deeper than this, and allow me to explain. It all began with YNW Melly's mother doing a public interview. She wanted YNW Melly, her son, out of the Broward County Jail, as she would go on to explain that they have not even been treating Melly like a human in there by not even letting him use a cell phone or even look at his own mail.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to just to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail, they don't give it to him.
As every single time she tries to reach her son, she is denied immediately. This has made her very nervous, and she's even stated that she felt helpless for her son.
When you saw Melly's statement, just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life, as a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
She knew that she had to save her son. She would go out and start a petition, which got up to 50,000 signatures on it. Only then did Melly's situation get looked into, and he was finally moved jails. However, there was a viral comment that shared, "I believe the Paul Rain detention facility is to house people struggling with mental illness. I really hope that Melly is mentally okay," making many believe that YNW Melly is struggling a lot more than what we know. As during the original Melly trial, we also saw Melly and his mother have a breakdown. It got so bad that Melly even had to ask his mom if she's okay during a court session.
Sorry.
This would end up even getting the attention of Boosie, who would go on to react, sharing that he feels terrible for YNW Melly's mother and the stress that she has been going through.
Okay, so
then I met his mama while he was in.
Oh, okay.
I met his mom while he was in, and she real, bro. You know, she real.
She's stressed out. I heard she had a.
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him, cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom, and she a good woman, bro. And when I see them mamas like that, it remind me of what my mom was going through, bro.
However, things are going to get much worse for YNW Melly in the coming weeks, and I'll explain. A report first shares, Melly has been incarcerated for 1,870 days despite not being found guilty. His latest court hearing did share a possible release date, as it goes on to detail everything, but to understand when, you need to know that it begins with Danny Polo. Returning from the original YNW Melly trial, he comes to help the new lead prosecutor, as these two together investigated through YNW Melly's social media, and they found a very concerning post.
Same thing, the use of the slap term, 5-point star, snake. He's saying he's YSL, he's hanging with Doug, and he puts up his YNW for life hashtag on it with the 5-point star as well. Mr. Demons has the big B hand signs posted, displayed.
Okay, and see with individuals again, I'm assuming that's also Young Thug. That's also unknown.
Yes.
Also important to your investigation, correct?
Yes.
Also publicly available for anyone to see and capture.
They would end up revealing that YNW Melly's Team YNW has possible street ties connected to Young Thug's Team YSL, who is currently facing a RICO charge. Now, this all came at a very convenient time for the police department, almost seeming as if they were holding on to this evidence for this exact moment. As if you're unaware, YNW Melly's lawyers were just getting ready to put in paperwork to have YNW Melly released on a bond, as YNW Melly's mother would go and share on Instagram Live that the trial update in the appeal process is going to take anywhere from 5 months to an entire year, as YNW Melly was about to be released on bond. However, due to the new evidence, they now need to review it, which could take up to 5 months to 12 months.
Delayed my baby's trial again, so
it finished, and now it was
a mistrial.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't give him a bond, which I've never heard of people not getting a bond on a mistrial.
I
have a retrial.
I have, cause my kids' people same happening, no bond. Yeah.
It's like what? And then now it's delayed again because the judge ruled on a bunch of evidence from the first trial that wasn't going to be allowed to be used.
Right.
So the prosecutors appealed the ruling. So now it's gone to the 4th DCA. And that can take anywhere between 5 months and a year.
Yeah,
so you don't like what the judge said because your warrants were illegal.
Now this ends up relating perfectly to what Boosie said about the entire YNW Melly case. It's very likely that the entire police department of Florida are corrupt. There's no way that they just ended up stumbling on this evidence right when YNW Melly has a chance of release. As Boosie would go on to say that they'll do anything they can to keep you where they want you.
Now they're putting even more charges on him, and then
when they want you, they want you. I knew they wanted them bad when they waited for that law to get passed. They waited all the way.
Penalty.
So it'd be 8-4.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know, they waited all the way till that law got passed to take him to trial.
Yeah, he was in jail for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah. They could have been took you to trial.
You're right.
They waited till that law got passed and took him to trial a couple months later. When they want you, man. I just don't see how he didn't get a bond after a fucking mistrial.
Yeah.
That made me like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like, after a mistrial, that doesn't happen, really.